today I was questioning if a lot of these drivers were actually professional Formula One drivers. I'm not gonna even lie to you. First, let's do this. All right, so we already know. First thing we're gonna get into, like we like to get into first and forehand, is still condolences to the family and shout out up and above to the Queen. And trust me, we'll be doing that. Period. Don't matter what section of the country is. Iconic figure dies. We know we lose people every day, but iconic figure dies. We'll pay respect. And you also have to know that she had involvement in Formula One. I mean, think about it. She was there. I believe she was there at the first Formula One race, like 1950. Like Ferrari, like if Ferrari is part of Formula One, she was there when it happened. So a long live life. And let's get into this. So there's already a lot of news. We already knew Lewis Hamilton coming into the Monza Italy GP was going to be starting back of the grid. Now, you do have to keep in mind, like, back of the grid may not be back of the grid. He might not start from 20, right? He might start from 15, 16, 17, however that may be, because there are other drivers taking penalties, and it would depend on how those penalties are structured. If there are other drivers taking back of the grid penalties, I think they take however they qualify and then arrange them from there. But keep in mind, Lewis Hamilton, 5 wins, 7 poles, 7 fastest laps, and 8 podiums, I believe, are his stats at Monza. If you know different, feel free to put that in the chat if you know different. What's up, Mary? What's up, R33? What's up, Grandmaster X? What's happening? I see y'all using those emojis heavy. John Fuller, man, you got to get your game up, bro, and start getting these custom emojis. By the way, I'm going to put a post up in the members group to ask you all what kind of emoji do you want next, and then I will have that developed. Don't forget, we do have our new podium bottle on deck right here. All right, so hopefully Sunday, this is something that we pop in when we review finale lap. Also, like I said, we're going to get into the PU elements. PU shit stinking this time around. Things are definitely not. Oh, let me see. I saw another fan. Fans, what's going on? So let's get right into this. Okay, PUs. Now we got Lewis Hamilton. I'll put that 4 up there because he's going to be taking his 4th. ICE, TC, MGUH, and GMGUK. Pretty much, I believe all of that because his other engines in Brackley did not get repaired as of yet. It is not done. So now he will have this power unit. Now I'm going to be like, you got to taper your expectations. I do. I told you all that. I think I put in there, and correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have to go back in the video, the last video. I think I said he can make up probably like 11, 12 positions or something like that. I think he'll end up there. I don't know if it's going to be by the 15th or 16th lap. I don't know which one it's going to be by, but he's going to make it. But my main point is this. It ain't going to be like Brazil. It ain't going to be that. It's not going to be like Brazil. So don't expect Lewis Hamilton to just come like plunging through the grid and make his way up through the field, especially when he's got to go by cop blocking Alonso. You know how that can go. And you also know how other drivers drive when it comes to Lewis Hamilton, okay? We even saw Russell last race get out the way. I was surprisingly shocked fairly quickly. I felt Russell like really didn't do much of anything as Max was making his way through. I mean, it wasn't like I was looking for him to do anything like illegal or questionable, but to me, it was just like he got raked the hell out the way. Like if anybody was supposed to do that in the last race, it should have been Vettel. All right, Vettel should have got his ass out the way. You got blue flag, you didn't move, and you were blocking and you held up Lewis Hamilton. Quite frankly, I think you decreased any gap that he had to beat that undercut 3 seconds or so. Vettel, I don't know what the hell you was doing. Now Vettel growing a damn mustache. He wearing a headband, looking like a gnarly tennis player. Like Vettel, like really is like entering into retirement. Like Vettel's like, you could tell like Vettel's mentality. I know we're supposed to be talking about power units, but I just saw Vettel. I was like today, like, damn, fam, like you really getting there. Like the mustache is like literally a beard mustache. That shit is thick. So I don't know what my bro got going on, but I do know he's getting ready for retirement to me in the most hasty way. So we got Mercedes. Like I was saying, don't expect Lewis Hamilton to make his way through the grid. I'm not sure how spicy this engine, this power unit is going to be, but don't expect that. But there are some things looming that are going to make this race interesting to me because I like to see when we have top of the grid drivers dropping below midsection, it at least makes for a very interesting race the first half, all right? Because you're getting to see drivers that haven't had an opportunity to be in front of these drivers, see how they drive not on the chase, see how they drive when they have the confidence and have the excitement of being up front and actually being places that they normally aren't. See how that is. And also, you get to see how these drivers will maneuver against other drivers that typically most times they don't get the opportunity to unless they're lapping them. So you get to see a little bit of that. So to me, I like to see that. Now, I don't like the fact that, yeah, you got to take a penalty because of power unit. I'm not celebrating that, but I am interested in seeing a combination of things that we don't typically get to see. And hopefully we do get to see these things, right? We hope that teams like Williams, Haas, Alpine, McLaren, and Aston can get their act together and actually bring the entire grid to a very competitive race altogether so that we can start having like races where we see battles at the front, battles in the middle, battles in the back, because everything is getting so much closer and tighter together. Those are things that I definitely hope to see. So we got Lewis. He's at 4. He's over. So we're going to see how that's going to go for the remainder of the season. Not that it's going to change much. I think you could pretty much count. You can, not pretty much. You can count Mercedes out for a driver championship. I'm not sure that we can count them out for second in constructor championship. And I pause in saying that because I'm like, maybe. I'm thinking like maybe because it seems like, and I say it could seem like Ferrari may be getting their act together as they're coming to Monza. They bring a little dash of yellow. Maybe they feeling it. But today's practice definitely looked like some people wasn't like y'all like it was. I felt like today's practice would have been how they should have been driving after coming off the summer break. Lockups. We'll get into that. But anyway, we got Red Bull. We got Verstappen on his 4th. We got Charles 5 across the board, damn near. We got Carlos 4 across the board, so they're over. So we can look for them. We got like 6, 7 more races left. Somebody's going to be taking some more grid penalties. I told you all about 4 races back that we were going to start seeing this when I started covering the PUE list. I said, you all are going to need to look forward to this. And lo and behold, we have multiple drivers in this weekend's race that are taking penalties due to parts being upgraded or changed. Then you got McLaren Norris 4. You got Alpine with Alonso 5 across the board. Ocon 4 across the board. Gasly 4 across the board. Yuki 5 across the board. And keep in mind also, Yuki and Gasly had some issues today. If you didn't see practice, had some smoke out the back of that AT and definitely some oil residue. So hopefully they're working that out. What's up, Mimi? What's up, Nall? I see y'all. The fam is pouring up here deep. They pouring up in here. So let me ask y'all this, because I'm hearing a lot of talk about this. A lot of talk about this shit. And I'm just not believing it, because we heard some of the same things about Alpine. And although Alpine did improve, it wasn't anywhere near as big as they were blowing it up on TV. Like, oh, Alpine straight line speed. We're going to need to watch out for them. Have we seen Alpine make one podium yet? No. I don't even know if Alpine's finished a race in the top 5. I got to go look, because I don't pay attention to Alpine's placement. Like when I get ready for night lap, it's the top 3. But I'm not even sure if Alpine finished like top 5 yet. But I know they've done within their right well. But they were blowing all this smoke, and Alpine has not wowed us. Now I want to ask you all this: is Williams going to be all that? I'm putting it in the chat. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Is Williams going to be all of that this weekend? That's what I want to know. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Do you think that? Because all day today during practice, Williams straight line speed. Williams straight line speed. I think this is going to be a surprise. Now, I did ask who was going to be an upset. I don't see Williams being an upset to me. I just don't. I just don't see that. I mean, what are we talking about? I think practice results are somewhat of a detail of what could be to come. Now, although I always say we don't see the chips being pushed to the center of the table till we get to Q3 and really get an idea of where these cars are and where they stand. But today, we saw a multitude of things take place, from from AlphaTauri going in and having smoke, from Carlos going in the garage having a floor change mid-practice, and then coming out damn near fucking it up. We saw a lot today that kind of surprised me. All right. So then we also have Valtteri 5, 6. He's definitely in the red zone when it's going to come to grid penalties. We got Joe 4, Kevin and Mick 4-4. Okay, so we also saw that Mick Schumacher pulled over, had an issue. I don't know if he was trying to find shade or if it was another power unit failure due to a Ferrari. So that's something else that you all have to look forward to. So who do we have right now? We got Lewis taking back of the grid penalty for PU. We got Max taking a 5 grid drop for PU. We got Carlos back of the grid for PU plus the gearbox 10 spots. We got Bodas PU 15 spots. We got Perez PU 10 spots. We got Yuki back of the grid for PU, but Yuki also received a 3 grid penalty drop plus 2 points on his super license for the yellow flag situation. Yeah, he got that. Like that's 8 points total. I think it's 8 or 9. It's 7, 8 or 9. He's in that area where Yuki got points on his license where he needs to chill out a little bit. He gonna have a little Automate, what's up? Super chat, big ups to you, big ups. Like we about to get cranked up in here. Trust me, this weekend we're gonna get crazy. We're going to get crazy this weekend because I think we're about to see some nice racing on behalf of Ferrari and Red Bull, and I think you can see some shocking things from Mercedes coming from the back and Russell being up top. So I think we in for something. So right there, that's what we got so far, Yuki with those points. Now let's go ahead and get into this. Now I know it's a fashion thing. I'm talking about fashion, not fashion in as far as clothes. I'm talking about fashion as far as these cars and what are we doing here? So right here, I don't know why this shit switches so fast. I hate it when it does that. So right here, we have the Ferrari 125S. Okay, now I know we had a debate in the chat. Ferraris always come red, but I have also had the notion of when I think about Ferraris, ketchup, and mustard, I always think about yellow as well as I think about the red. Now, you can say it's because of the yellow icon badge, but no, I always think about yellow Ferraris too. You know what I'm saying? You can check Gucci, man. He just got a bunch of them delivered not too long ago. But yellow is a prominent color with Ferrari as well. The red is, now, I was ever wondering if they were going to go more to this, to me, which is a scarlet red, this red that is on this 125 one season. But I also thought that when Ferrari had announced when they were doing all the unveilings, I just felt it that Ferrari was going to come out with like a yellow and black theme. And I think that shit would be hard. I think it would be hard if Ferrari came out one year with the yellow, okay, with the yellow. Now, this is another Ferrari that actually, coincidence or not, is a Ferrari that actually was raced in yellow. Now, it was very hard for me to find a picture of the 195 Intra, but this car actually was reported to be yellow. This was actually at Monza for a win in 1951. So evidently Ferrari has put yellow cars on the track throughout their history. We've seen some other variances, but we typically do see red, all right? I just want to ask you, what do you think about this? What do you think if you see that on the grid? What's up, King Tone? What do you think if you see this yellow Ferrari on the grid? I do like that. I think it would be dope as hell to have a yellow Ferrari on the grid with that black and the carbon and the yellow tied in. I'm sorry. I think it would. I think it would be dope. What do y'all think? Matter of fact, 71% of y'all already said no on that poll. I'm finna put another poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. I'm finna ask you right now. All right, here we go. So, and I know it's a little biased for me to put red first, but I'm going to pay respects to the red. All right, poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. All right, don't dance on it. Just vote on it. It's not a strip club. Don't get crazy. So here we go. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. What do y'all say? Red or yellow? Because I like the way that looks. I do like the way that yellow Ferrari looks, and I think that would be dope on the grid. I think that it'll stick out like hell. Like Alpine's pink, BWT's pink. This would stick out and be nice. I think that would actually be nice. I'm telling you, it looks original and dope. I'm telling you, King Tone, I think a yellow Ferrari would be dope on the grid, man. I think people sleeping on that yellow. And then you know what they could do? They could play that Gucci Man Lemon. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all don't know about the Gucci Man Lemonade song, go listen up. That should be Ferrari's theme song if they come out with the yellow Ferrari. No, I hope Leclerc finally puts it together. You and me both, because I'm telling you, it is a roller coaster watching them not. I'm telling you, It is a roller coaster watching them not put it up, not put it on pole, not put it on the damn podium as for a race win. It's crazy. Like they have really underachieved this season with everything that's been going on. They really have definitely underachieved, and I definitely haven't liked that. So me, I think 75% of y'all said you would like to see the yellow. This is what I'm saying. They need to poll this shit because I promise you that would be dope. They're sleeping on a yellow Ferrari, and people are so stuck on the red. By the way, I got it right here on deck. Mary, I got it on deck. I'm telling you, I got it on deck for tomorrow. So I don't even have to make no call for it. It's gonna be right here with me. And it's funny, you know what I'm saying? It's Duchess. Duchess is the honey buns I like. All right, the Duchess. I got it right here on deck. It's sitting and it's ready. Too much yellow. Give me banana card. Oh man, stop tripping. You tripping. Then red just make you think about hot dogs and ketchup or tomatoes. And everybody knows when you get tomatoes thrown at you, it's not a good showing. It's not a good showing. If people start throwing tomatoes, that is the ultimate original disrespect to let you know you suck. And if that's the case, then it is rightfully fitting right now as Ferrari is sucking. So maybe they should change it up. Change it up to the yellow. I'm just saying. I understand the banana in the tailpipe. I get it. We talking about Beverly Hills Cop, banana in the tailpipe. That didn't go right. Cool. But historically, nobody's throwing bananas at you if you bad. Although they do throw the peel, I get that too. But the tomato was a big thing. Waka waka waka. You know he got a lot of damn tomatoes thrown at him. So let's just think about that. How did the atmosphere in the Merc Garage look? Just like it was just kind of like It was really not a lot of big talk about Mercedes besides for Lewis Hamilton taking the grid penalty with the power unit. As far as that, it really wasn't. The more of the talk was on Nick because he was driving the Aston. And then you had Giovinazzi who stepped in with Haas, which there's potential that he might be there at Haas. And then we also heard today that Mick will not be returning to Haas in that season, right? So where is Mick going to go? I think Mick might be trying to work his way somewhere else. But the funny thing is nobody else is talking about acquiring Mick. So why Mick would be so quick to get out of Haas before Audi gets to the actual grid, I don't know unless he knows something that we don't. Also, we heard some talk today that the Porsche deal is falling through with Red Bull. No, I would say no shit, right? No shit. Christian Horner just probably doesn't want to give up any type of rights of control. Or did Porsche just utilize their leverage with Audi coming in and the whole big fiasco thing? I don't know. I'm starting to lean more towards. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that situation, so I won't speak on it too much. But if anybody can mess up a wet dream, it's Christian Horner. He definitely can do that. I mean, he did that when he was talking about riding a horse and acting as if the horse was Lewis Hamilton. That was very odd to me. It's very, very like, why are you talking about Lewis Hamilton being a horse and you riding him? I don't. If you would tell anybody that somebody owns real estate in your head, it would be Hamilton owning real estate in Christian Horner's head, because that is the only way you would fathom that possibility or that idea. So I'm just putting that out there. So then we're going to get to, let's go ahead and move on down to talk about something where somebody commented on in our section, and for some reason they felt that it was a Petronas they felt it was a Mercedes fan that did this. I don't think so. They said they were wearing a Mercedes shirt. I'm pretty sure that this is not a Mercedes shirt. As I'm looking right here, that does not look like a Mercedes shirt. That clearly does not look like an AMG Mercedes or a Petronas shirt to me. So they did say that. Somebody thought it might have been speculated that this person was part of the Zandvoort track, and that indeed, because he had the earpiece, I'm not really sure and ready to indict them on that, because a lot of people wear earpieces, although people do wear Bluetooth, but that doesn't look quite like one of those to me. But there you go. If you know the guy, maybe you do. You know, hey, he's an asshole. He did that. He threw it on track. I mean, he is in a bunch of orange fans out here, but I mean, we're at Max's home track, so I mean, that's not like, we can't say he's a Max fan. He doesn't have one. Now, if he had on an orange shirt, yeah, but he's in that fan. It doesn't mean he's not a Max fan. Doesn't mean that. But I am saying factually, we don't know what camp he's with or who he's supporting. We just know he's a dumbass and he did something very stupid. And we do know that typically there's some other group of fans, let's just say Max fans, do a lot of stupid shit like burn hats, burn memorabilia, assault people, racial terms. Like, we've seen that problem. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with any other team or person that supports him. I'm just saying that reported, we've had more occasions in situations where it's been Red Bull or Max Verstappen fans. So if you want to draw a conclusion, probably would be safer and a better bet to go that way than the other way, as evidence has proven one way. Okay, so but this is the guy. I don't know who he's with, but that was definitely dumb. And it looks like some people are not happy about that. And I don't really know what this guy was saying, but I'm hoping he was saying that this dude was a douchebag. I'm hoping that that's what he said, that this dude was a douchebag. All right, so who do y'all think he might be with? I'm trying to say, who we got right there? No, I see you. Did you read Lewis' comments on Bold's coincidence? I want to stir trouble. I did not read those comments. So if you got them, like, I'll check them out, and then when we do quali tomorrow, we do the quali lap, we'll get on that. I definitely will. You want to stir? She said, I want to stir trouble. No, you got to stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. We already got enough trouble and negativity that's been going on. I want you to stay out of trouble. We don't want to lose you to fam. Stay out of trouble. Don't let them get you. New school, old school, what's up? Greetings from the UK, North London, Jamaica, more. Hey, what's up? New school, old school. Big thanks to you for chopping in real quick. Mary, I told you I got that honey bun on deck. No, it's not a game. All right, let's get to our next section. Now, we're going to bring this up because I got some things I want to go over. If you all watched the practice today, they talked about the Mercedes floor situation. Now, I do remember, got a pretty decent memory. Decent, not the best, not like an elephant. Pretty decent. I do remember a lot of people getting in the comment section talking about, you all with the conspiracy theories. We get that here, right? Conspiracy theories. That's cool. I'll accept it. I'm okay if I'm thinking outside of the box about things that you know can factually prove or not. And if you can, then it's cool. Then I'm down for that. A lot of people were saying, well, if they didn't have it on their update list, they didn't change the floor. And Belgium, right? Belgium. They were talking about Belgium today. Sam Collins talking about Belgium. I got the upgrade list right here. That's only two. That's only two upgrades. Now, if I read this upgrade list, and I'm pretty sure this is Belgium. If not, I have a bunch of other upgrade lists up there because, you know, I go through the updates, changes. There was only two from Red Bull. All right, in this race, I believe McLaren had the most, so they got the galore of updates at 8. It was 2 for Red Bull. The Coke engine cover, which is not the floor, and the rear suspension, which is not the floor. But for some reason, they did introduce a floor in Belgium, but it wasn't listed. So there throws that out, right? Saying that I thought they would list it. I thought they would have to list that. That's what y'all said. If they brought a new floor to put on there, they have to list it. Evidently not, because it was not on that update list. If you want to say, I got an incomplete list, okay, I'll go with that. Find me the complete list. All right, and show me that they got the floor, because I also see on this list, yeah, floor body and floor fence from Mercedes. So they claim theirs, okay? Now let's also go into this, and you know I'm going to ask you all to answer these questions. Sam Collins said that they introduced 2 different floors in Belgium, Max Verstappen with 1, and they gave Perez the new rendition floor, okay, for him to have, or he had. Let's just say they both had different floors. Let's just say that Perez's performance was not up to par where they wanted it in Belgium, according to their data, to be close to Max. All right, so 2 different floors now. Then they said, okay, we like the floor Max has better. We're going to give Perez that floor. But then Perez didn't get that floor because they said, oh, but we realized we didn't have any. What the hell? Hold on. Do you just misplace floors? Are floors that small that you don't account for them in your inventory? Are floors that unimportant that you don't even concern yourself about how many you have? Oh, we was going to give Perez a floor, but then we realized that we didn't have any to give him. Okay, so then the question was, why don't you give Perez one of the earlier floors? That way, you know those floors perform. Now, here's the kicker. This ain't a conspiracy theory. Go watch the practice. Don't come to me with the bullshit. He said it. They did not give Perez an earlier floor because those floors did not adhere to the new technical directives. Why is that? Why is that? Wait a minute. You're telling me the floor that you had several races since the beginning of the season that was performing, you can't take this floor that's not performing and give Perez one of the older floors that you do have? You can't do that because the floors don't adhere to the technical directives? That sounds like that's an illegal floor to me. That's what that sounds like. Does that sound like that to anybody else? If I tell you I can't give you one of the earlier floors because it does not adhere to the technical directives, so Perez, you're going to have to wait till we can build you one of the floors like Max has, does that not sound like the floor was illegal? That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. And hey, don't come at me because I'm Wolfpack and you want to try to tag me talking about conspiracy theories. I'm just going based off what I heard being reported by a professional Formula One journalist and talked about by other Formula One journalists on the air. What do you got to say? What are we saying? It's not on the update list. We already know they were running 2 different variations of floors. We know one floor definitely wasn't performing like the other floor, Max. And then you can't give Perez a floor that performs as good because, 1, you say you forgot you realize you didn't have any. And then 2, you can't give him an earlier floor because it doesn't adhere to the technical directives. Yeah, okay. These are the shenanigans that I be talking about. Like, I'm just saying, if you go based off shit, but then you'll come here and say I'm a conspiracy theorist and I'll be talking about a lot of bullshit and Wolfpack don't know what he talk about. Yeah, maybe not all the time. Like, maybe sometimes I'm just talking about my opinion. Okay, that's cool. But, I mean, that's what I heard. This is what I know, and that's what I see or don't see. So I'm just saying that looks suspicious. It does look suspicious. It does kind of sound like Red Bull might have been one of the teams at this point in time that had a floor that wasn't actually legal. Just, take what you want from it. Take what you want from it. Hey, take what you want from it. Not saying anything about the performance now but I mean, technically they are still on 2 different floors and they never claimed a floor. I didn't see an update list on the floor this time. I haven't got the update list. Maybe on the update list now they claim the floor. I don't know. I know Mercedes claimed their floor sections. I know Ferrari changed an entire floor on Carlos's car today. But what about Red Bull? I don't know. But, y'all, when did they say one of the floors wasn't leaked? See, what I'm saying. I missed that interview. See, this is what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Vico, this is what I say when people come at me. Look how you structured that. You asked me, when did they say, and I'm answering this question because I'm really being cool because everybody's in here is a subscriber or a member. When did they say one of the floors wasn't legal? I never said that they said one of the floors was illegal. I said that the conversation that took place today would indeed point to them basically saying that the floor was not legal. Because, listen, 2 different floors. Now they say Perez's floor is not performing. We're going to give him the same floor that Max has. Oh, but wait. We don't have one of those floors available for Perez. So then why don't you give Perez one of the earlier floors? Oh, we can't give him one of those because it doesn't adhere to the technical directives. So if the floor does not adhere to the technical directives that are in place, does that not insinuate that those floors were not legal? That's what I said. That's what I said. And it is people that will come and twist what I said to try to fit their propaganda, not saying that you are, just using that as an example. I never said that they said the floors were illegal. I took what they said and said, does that not probably insinuate if you can't give your driver a floor of an earlier revision because it doesn't, and you were running those floors. Red Bull was running these floors. You can't give them one of those floors because it doesn't adhere to the technical directives. Would that not insinuate that those floors are not legal? That's what I said. Yeah, right now they are running they were running 2 different variation floors as they went into Belgium. They had 2 different floors. That's what they said. And that's what I know because I also posted a picture of the 2 different variations of their floor. All right. And the section that's circled in here is a section that was different on Max's floor from Perez's floor, I believe. So yes, they were running 2 different variations. The problem was The variation that Perez had, go figure, was not performing. So they said this race, Perez was supposed to get the floor that Max is running. But for some reason, they forgot, lost inventory. Maybe they lost the floor. They can't because they don't have any. So then it comes up, give Perez one of the earlier floors that was performing. We can't give him that because it doesn't adhere to the technical directives. There you go. There you go. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you ride. That's what I'll say. I'll let you ride. Everything I said was not an insinuation. That was factually said. What I said was insinuated was if you can't give him something, okay, so what, is this insinuation? If you can't give him the floor because it doesn't adhere to the technical directives, what does that say? What, okay, insinuation, call it what you want. Call it what you want. So then, no, Automain, I see you. Newey was able to make changes so it adheres with the TD. Unlike Ferrari, that seems to be struggling. That is a fact. That is a fact. Newey was able to change the floor, possibly to adhere to the new technical directives. That is a fact. And Newey's a beast at engineering. Newey is a beast at engineering. And they definitely Newey's gonna get all the credit, like a lot of credit, all the credit from me for where Red Bull is right now. Like Newey knew about ground effects, had the history, had the knowledge, had the experience, put Red Bull in a very lucrative situation. That is a fact. I'm not capping or holding them back on that. All right, so then let's move on real quick. Let's move on. Let's move on to something else. I know you all, how do you all feel about the sausage curves? Before we move on, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about them removing sausage curves? I'm going to put that down because you all said yellow, so I'm going to give you that. I'm going to ask you in the chat, do you think they should remove, and nobody be funny with this shit. I know where y'all could go with this, you sick-minded people. No fun. Well, do you think they should, damn, let me erase that. Don't vote on that shit. Don't vote on that. It's not insinuation. It's called inferencing. I like it. Thank you, Nall. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Dab to Nall on that. Thank you. Bow. All right, so let me ask this poll real quick, because I was rushing trying to get it up there. Bow. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Do you think they should remove the sausage curves? That's what I would like to know. Yes. Let me see you vote on it. I'm not fully in support of removing them. Not fully, but I completely understand, and I'm completely with removing them because they have proven to be, they've proven to be at the center or an ingredient to worsen situations that have occurred or potentially enhance the unsafe situations that we've seen occur. Like, for instance, had Max given the corner because he didn't have the lead with Lewis Hamilton going in, his car would not have hit the sausage curb and then winded up on top of Lewis Hamilton. But if the sausage curb wasn't there, then Max would have just went clear across the curb and who knows what would have happened. But I would think it would highly be unlikely that he would end up parking his car on top of Lewis Hamilton's head, causing potentially a broken neck, which thank God that didn't happen. But that's what happened. If the sausage curb wasn't there, then Max's ill-advised decision would not have been as egregious. So I do agree with that. And we've seen the crash in F3, like airborne type situations happening. So I do agree with that. So when it comes to a safety standpoint, I'm fully with understanding why they would remove them. Okay. Not technically like they are absolutely needed. A part of me thinks that maybe they should still keep them because it should be a reminder that you're not supposed to be here. And your need to decide whether you're going to give that corner or not or face consequences. Which is another mixture of me because I'm like, should that be something where we're causing a situation that could be very highly unsafe to say these are the consequences? And that goes back to the conversation we had with Bryson. What's going on, Robert? And think about that. So I'm with the removing them if it's going to be a safety situation completely. And some part of me thinks like, hey, keep them and don't remove them. So and I've seen and another thing is this: they definitely call like when you hit one of those curbs, you're talking about a lot of pressure, a lot of shock that travels through the spine. That is dangerous. So even while talking this out, yes, I guess I would have to fully say I'm for removing the sausage curbs. Keep the other ones, remove the sausage curbs. They're probably not needed as much as they think they are. That's where I'll sit on it. See, that's how, talking things out with you all, I can arrive at a different perspective and say, you know what, yeah, I can go for that. I can vote on that. So that's where it is right there. Um, Now let's get into showing you some of these bloopers that happen, all right? Because it was a good amount of bloopers that took place today. And I was looking at drivers like, damn, are y'all rusty? So here now let's look at this because this is not the first time we've seen Red Bull have a DRS situation. If you didn't get a chance to see this, look at that look at that DSR flap just I mean, it is just waving. If they don't get that fixed, that's potentially coming off, and that's going to be a hazard. Thank God the Halo will probably save a driver, but that is what was happening. And I think that was FP1 with Perez and Red Bull. And I was like, woo, that looks very unsafe and unstable. And is it going to break right now? But luckily it didn't break. They advised him, don't use it, come back in, get to it. So that's what happened there. Here you'll see Charles having to utilize the escape as he locks up. This is a situation you get to see also the variation of the Ferrari livery this coming in week to celebrate everything they have going on. And then from there, you will also see Williams have another lockup right there. I mean, literally a full lock on that tire. That right there, that flat spot's probably ugly. Can we even see if there was a flat spot there after he finished rolling that off? That's what I want to see. Let me see if we can see a flat spot right there. I mean, it's still locked up. And then when he comes off, let's see if we can see a flat spot. Oh, yeah, it was just coming around. We just missed it. And then we had Charles take it. Now, Carlos, I did this in the thing, my predicted text. I always want to say Charles because I tweet or text about Charles more than Carlos. Carlos just gets a brand new floor. He just gets a brand new floor installed. And this is what he does to it. He gets a brand new floor installed, and he's still trying to be like his dad and do rally off-road driving. Carlos, you're in Formula One. Don't take soft tires in the gravel. Don't take new floors in the gravel. This is what Carlos is out here doing because Carlos got the rich mentality like, I'll go buy another one. They just put this floor on, Carlos, and this is what you're doing with it? No. If you want to do rally or XC driving, go get up with your dad, and y'all go do that, but don't do that to the car. Then we had Nick DeVries. He's driving for Aston. Nice little lockup, and he sees the gravel too. That's where he goes. Nice pebble. So a lot of people found themselves in the pebble. Bottas, I think he found himself going to the beach. Luckily, he didn't get beached. And I think it's something about Nick basically driving. I think Williams said that hopefully the display performance of Nick today should cause Formula One, and I'm paraphrasing, to think about the entrance of Herta. I don't know if that's a shot. I think that can clearly be called a shot at Formula One and FIA for trying to, rush Herta in with giving his points on his super license or not having a super license. To say that if Nick is having these situations with driving, and he's been driving Formula One cars, he's been in the sim, but a lot of drivers were having these problems. So I don't want to put a shadow over Nick's outing because several drivers, as you saw, Carlos, Charles, I think that was Albon. Then I think Perez ended up having a lockup. I think Mercedes had a lockup. You saw Bottas run off track. I mean, you saw Lando. Oh my goodness. The Lando and Max Verstappen shit was funny. Lando was not trying to get out of Max's way with high flow vids on his rear wing. Max was not happy. He was having purple sectors up until the end, got with damn Lando, and Lando ain't let him through. And they supposed to be besties. I think Lando was just playing too much. And then Max probably talked about it like, Lando, bro, you play too much. Why you do that shit? And then, they probably go golfing later and make up. Who knows? Now, Nick can't see fully over that wheel, bro. Bro, why you coming with the short jokes? Y'all clowning. Y'all are kind of, oh my gosh, Max done the same thing. He locked up. That's what I thought. Yeah, I think Max locked up. Yeah, it was plenty of lockups today. But I was gonna do this as a video, but I figured I'd just come to talk to y'all like straight up, have a nice little live. We're gonna be live tomorrow for qualifying. I'm gonna be here. I got the honey bun, I got the qualifying honey bun ready. All right, and I gotta have that because I get up in the morning like 4:45, go, work out, do my cardio, do all my stuff. By the time I get done, I get back here, it's time to like go right into a live with y'all. So like when I get like excited and are frustrated, my metabolism jacks up through the roof and I get hella hungry. So now we got the emergency honey bun on deck because it's not race day. Race day we have French toast. On qualifying day we have honey buns ready. So this time I don't have to make that phone call live, and y'all don't have to be worried about hearing my phone call. I'm gonna have it right there and ready. So let me see what y'all said on this poll. You all said 76% of you said yes. So I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's a fair vote. And I'm gonna say no. Says Lewis race pace was very, very slow. Last among the 6 drivers. Yes. No. Hey, I'm gonna give you the tire one. No. Correct. It was. It was slow. And that's just what I was about to speak to. I do not think, I do not absolutely think, whoa, Cassius Clay, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Cassius Clay, be super stickering on me. Yeah. Thank you, Cassius Clay. Big shout out to you. Let me go ahead, give you your bull. Let me give you that. Big ups. Appreciate you much. Appreciate you much. So what I was gonna say is, yes, indeed, Mercedes. I already said it. Like the straight line speed was not there. Now I don't know what's gonna happen to FP3. Okay, as FP3 is going on, I more than likely will be in the middle of a set. We will see what happens in qualifying because we will be together live for that. But if we go and we look into yeah, Mimi, I got the honey buns on deck. If we go and we look at the results today from FP2, and don't forget, I'm gonna put the link for the quali watch up right after we get off here. So when you go in, you'll be able to click it and set your reminder so you'll have a reminder to be here tomorrow on time. But Russell was 5th with a 122.3. Ham was 7th with a 122.5. Perez is 6th with a 122.3. Given he does not have the floor he needs to have, more than likely or something, but I don't know. I'm just insinuating that that's why Perez's pace has fallen off, but it could be anything. Norris is 4 with a 122.3. And you have to also remember, don't hold full weight on quali tomorrow. Quali is going to be quali for most, and for other people, it's going to be trying to make up ground due to them having grid penalties. So, yes, they're qualifying, but they're qualifying for a totally different thing now versus just qualifying to be set. They're qualifying to prepare for a deficit that they will have to take. So, be prepared to see some hard driving, like trying to get those times up. Some people might just say, screw it, depending on who's in their group, like if it's back of the pack or just certain grid drops. Like if I got 5 grid drop, I'm definitely trying to get my ass up there. So that 5 is like, but if I'm at the back, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be mixed in with whoever, like one spot or so. So I'm gonna push it to see where the car is, but I'm not finna go out here and just kill the car, risk the car. Like shit, let's risk that on race day. If I'm gonna risk it at any point in time, let's risk it on race day. So we'll see what happens there. And like I always tell y'all, Q1, yeah, cool. Q2, I take it about that much. Q3, I'm like, it's game time. We done had all the drop off. It's time to really see what they made of. So be here tomorrow for the live. I really appreciate all y'all. I appreciate the support, the encouragement, and the backing of the platform, our family, and me as Wolfpack, from everybody that supported. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. It speaks volumes, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it because it's very different when you have said things going on out there and they're completely not true. But to have a group of people that know you, that have been with you, have seen your personality, and know like, yeah, that ain't right. I appreciate the support. Okay. And definitely let's try to stay more positive than negative, because negative things are people will always try to bring you down to where they are, because misery loves company, right? And usually always a little harder to stay and rise above the rest, but that's what separates you from other people. I don't want to say necessarily makes you better. It definitely separates you from other people. So I just really appreciate everything that you all do. I really appreciate you all being here. I really appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your criticism. I appreciate your constructive criticism. I appreciate your checking sometime. Like when, hey, Wolfpack, I think you need to look at this. I appreciate that because that helps us all learn together. So I'm just saying, big ups to y'all. Really big ups to y'all, not me. Big ups to y'all. So I will see y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace. Oh, shit. Wait. Not yet. I'm not peacing yet. I see you great. You see, you almost tried to get me. I'm going to give you your props. You thought I said, no, I had to hit the not yet button because I see that pop up. I got you. Grandmaster, I got you. See, I always try to make sure I take care of my people and look out for y'all. Big ups. Facts. Woo! See, I hit the not yet button. I could have still bounced out, but I said, no, that's not my mentality. I got integrity. Big ups to you, bro. I hope y'all are here tomorrow plus more. I will see y'all, okay? I'm about to go get this work. Honey buns on deck. See you for the quality live watch. Peace.